I now recognize myself for 3 minutes. On July 1st, 2021, the NFL issued a press release announcing the outcome of its investigation into the Washington football team, stating, and I quote, "None of the managers or executives identified as having engaged in misconduct is still employed at the club," end quote. Ms. Johnson, your opening statement included startling new allegations against team owner Daniel Snyder. So let me ask you directly, is the NFL statement that wrongdoers have been removed from the Washington football team accurate?
Absolutely not. It all started from the top with Dan Snyder, every day on every single issue.
So it hasn't been removed, and how do you know that to be the case?
I witnessed it. I witnessed it in marketing meetings. Any marketing flyer that went out had to be approved by Dan Snyder. We'd be on the phone with him telling us changes, the smallest changes, from the verbiage we used to the player's picture we used. And then it was the culture he created. It was an abusive one. He berated the male employees when they didn't do what he considered a good job. And then it was just the sexual culture he created every day, day in and day out.
Ms. Johnson, I received a letter dated today from Jason Friedman, a former vice president who worked for the Washington football team for over 20 years. And here is the letter. He was apparently with you the night that Dan Snyder personally harassed you. And here's what he said. He has never told his story publicly before, and I want to quote now from his letter. He says, "I witnessed Dan Snyder grab the arm of my coworker, Tiffany Johnston, and attempt to pull her into his limousine. This took place over a dinner in Washington, D.C. I was shocked. Thankfully, Tiffany was able to quickly pull away." Ms. Johnson, I want to thank you for coming forward, for your courage and the courage of the others at this table that has inspired others to come forward. My hope is that they will remain inspired until the full truth comes out. But we have a steep climb. That is because for nearly 2 decades, Mr. Snyder has used non-disclosure agreements to silence employees who have experienced sexual harassment and other workplace abuses. He has made it difficult for employees to come forward due to fear of retaliation. I'd like to ask Ms. Nunez. Ms. Nunez, do you believe that employers should be able to use NDAs to prevent employees from disclosing sexual harassment, discrimination, and other workplace misconduct?
Absolutely not.
Thank you. Congress must act to protect workers from the abusive scope of non-disclosure agreements, not being able to report, and other abuses. I look forward to working on legislative reforms with my colleagues to address this troubling practice. I now recognize Mrs. Fox, Representative Fox.